it's not a project, but it's just something I'm fooling around with right now that I thought would be interesting to a few of you out there. And it's going to involve using this little gas-powered winch by a portable winch. I'm not sure if I'll have already shown this in a video, but it's a little Honda engine and mounted to this gearbox, and it's a Capstan winch, which is basically just where it's just the rope wraps around that drum, comes back out this loop. So you're winding on and off the drum all the time. The advantage of a Capstan winch versus standard like spool type winch where a cable goes onto the spool, you always maintain your gear ratio, the maximum pull strength is always maintained. You also don't have any duty cycle since it's a gas engine. Duty cycle is like a welder. You can use it for 2 minutes out of every 10 minutes kind of a thing. So it'll say it's a 20% duty cycle. Electric winches, they have duty cycles. The better they are, the longer the duty cycle, but something like this, again, there's nothing. So this would be sort of like using a hydraulic winch. Don't have to worry about any kind of overheating. Also, you're not limited by the cable wrapping onto the drum and then getting your 50 feet of cable on there and having to stretch it back out. I've got a 100-meter long rope, so I can winch something from quite a ways away. So today, we are going to be winching this tractor. It's the Power King. It's a model 2418. So it's got 24-inch wheels, and it's 18 horsepower. I think that's what the 2418 is. It is not currently running. It will run. I just need to drain the gas, jump start it, starter fluid, all that. So I don't want to fool with all that right now. So I'm just going to remove the blade because it's hydraulic and it's dropped. So I'm going to remove the blade in the back, and then we are going to pull it over out of the weeds here and then up onto the trailer. So I thought that'd be kind of neat to show how this winch works. Alright, I'm going to kind of talk and hopefully y'all can hear me good enough. This is my rope. That's what I'm going to do the pulling with. Then the winch. I've got this plate here which will go on that hook. So that plate hooks right onto the winch. And now we're secured. So it's pretty easy to hook it to anything you got. Plus I've got a contraption to hook it to a tree as well. So I'm just going to keep the bag here, and then I'll run the rope out and we'll get started. First we'll get it hooked up to the tractor. You start the winch like anything else, just a little, recoil rope. But how the rope actually goes on, you go through this loop, you go under the drum, you can wrap around 3 or 4 times. We'll go 4, and then out through this loop here. So all it is doing is it gets friction on the rope and then pulls on the rope. It's pretty simple, but very effective. So I've already got everything ready to go. Well, that pull bit up there, no problem. That is the first time I've pulled anything like this. So far I've just used this winch for dragging logs around out of the woods and working on some different stuff involving trees. So I haven't used it for something like this. Did that no problem. I think it would pull a car up on a trailer without any issue at all. Of course you're dealing with wheels, so it's going to be a lot easier than just dragging something. But that was still just a single line pull. That wasn't involving any snatch blocks or anything like that. And for those of you who are wondering, you know, why not just have a trailer mounted winch? Well, I can just as easily take this winch, mount it to the back of my truck, mount it to the front of my truck, or any other object that is fixed enough to winch off of, such as a tree. The other attachment that I've got is this right here. Strap goes around the tree. Then this tightens it up, and then the winch mounts to that plate. So I could have, if I wanted, winched off that tree there. Anywhere within the length of your rope is close enough. So just need to get this whole tractor strapped down, and then I've got a big stack of wood over there I want to put on the trailer along with this tractor to take down to somewhere else. Here's the final load. Way too heavy for the truck, but still got weight on the tongue. That doesn't mean once I get to bouncing down the road that it might be a little tail heavy, which is dangerous. I should have probably flipped everything the other way, but I'm going to creep where I'm going, and if I wasn't creeping it would still take me 45 minutes to get where I'm going. So it's going to take a little longer, but got the tractor on, and again it's a little Power King. Got a blade for it, a rake, and different attachments for the back. It just has that 3-point hydraulic lift, and then I also have a mowing deck. This does not have a PTO. That'd be cool if it had a little PTO and like a miniature bush hog just for fun, but it doesn't. It has a regular mowing deck, and it's only a 48-inch deck for something that big, so not huge or anything, but not too bad. And then all of these joists, these are about 3 inches by around 12 inches or so, and they had been through a fire in a building probably 100 years ago, and then when that building was redone, they pulled all these joists out. A lot of them are really burned, probably burned halfway through, but they didn't replace them. They just left them in there in that original repair after the fire was done, which is pretty wild, but that's just the way it is. So hopefully I get where I'm going.